Everybody, this is Bo back in the lounge. I want to say hello to 1.5 million listeners. Thanks for coming on and being so strong. And we're going to go out to Eastern Michigan University, talk to the new head football coach, Ron English. Coach, thank you.
Thank you, Bo.
Coach, you come with a full package of experience and knowledge for this program. This is an exciting time to be at Eastern Michigan.
You know, it is. We're in just winding up camp. We're in our third week, and we're going to go through Saturday and wrap camp up Saturday night, and so we're excited.
Coach, you know, there's a lot of seniors, a lot of people that want to see this program grow, and with that said, you probably have some leaders now that are embracing some of your decisions, some of your actions, and a lot of what you're saying. Who are those guys coming forward really taking over the reins on the field for you?
Well, really, our numbers in terms of summer workout attendance and, just the way we practice this fall camp has really said to me that most of the team has embraced what we call embraced the process. So we're excited about that.
Absolutely, Coach. You've got a nice mix of young and old players right now. I would say you have a very young squad coming in. And as a coach, you can get nervous about that because you need to have more seniors, as always, everybody to look for that experience level. But in your shoes, it's got to look pretty good when you look across the locker room and know those kids are going to be with you for the next couple years.
Yeah, we do have a bunch of guys playing who will return, and so we're excited about that. We brought in some newcomers that can really help our program. And, we have some veteran guys, some seniors that have played a lot of football, so it is a good mix.
Now, Coach, how many times do people walk up to you and say, Coach, I think I've seen you somewhere else before? Being so close to Michigan, you probably get a lot of crossover, people, checking you out, seeing what Eastern Michigan's doing.
Well, we have had a lot of support from a lot of the people that we knew here before, and so it's been. I really appreciate that. There've been a lot of people to wish us well, and are happy that myself and my family that we're back in the area.
And Coach, the other thing is your reputation carries so much weight with the athletes that you've trained, you've worked with, you've met at the football games. And when a new athlete comes into the program in the next couple years, they probably do not know what a type of coach you are based on just a first meet. But the players that have gone through your program, I'm sure a lot of them will come back onto your campus, shake your hand, and thank you for making them better.
Well, you always hope that. You always hope that you leave the players feeling like you really worked hard to help them become not only better players but better men. And so that to me is what makes you feel good as a coach is when the players come back and say, Coach, I appreciate all the hard work you did.
A lot of freshmen have said this before, a lot of coaches have said this as well, is about freshmen. That first day, that first year is really a tough year for those new faces. A lot of them have come from programs where they're either superstars or the best players on campus. When they go to college, a lot of them have reality shock. And the fact that, college is no joke, and a lot of them come in with, attitudes that need to be adjusted. Sometimes it's got to be rewarding as a coach to watch those guys break down and then step forward and man up. Other times it's got to be kind of frustrating.
Well, it's all new to them, It's all new to them when they come to college. And you got to remember that most every day something new is happening. So, but yeah, some of them do have those attitudes, and then they just have to learn that to be really good at this level of football, you have to be humble, and you have to be willing to work every day. You have to know that there are a lot of improvements that each man needs to make until he's done with his career. And even when he's done, at this level, if he has an opportunity to play at the next level, he still needs to improve. So it's just a learning process.
Yeah, right now, Coach, you've got September fast approaching us with Army, Northwestern, and Michigan. What are kind of things that you're trying to do to outline with your team, and what kind of offensive and defensive schemes are you sort of slowly putting together to have these young men understand the fundamentals for you?
Well, right now, probably through the weekend we put in our scheme, so the first couple weeks of camp on both offense and defense. And as we did so, we practiced a lot of situations to get them prepared for those situations when they see them in the games. And so it's just the process of every day coming out and being consistent and hardening your body and your mind, because these double days are hard, and we've been in pads every single day. And so these young men are really what we call hopefully gaining a callus and hardening up and preparing themselves for the season and the long grind ahead.
You know, Coach, there's a lot of fans out there that have never played football that follow along, and there's in shape and there's football shape. And most of us who follow football and see the practices, there is a definitely big difference between those two. Football shape is the pounding that your body has to get used to as you get ready for the season. And having pads and going through the motion is so fundamentally important in these young guys.
Well, we had 59 summer workouts, which had to be a record. I mean, our strength coach said that nobody in the country had that many workouts because we started right in the beginning of May. And, of course, they were voluntary, but our kids showed up. Now, but when they got, and they ran, we ran a bunch. But when we got to camp, we weren't even close to football shape. And like you said, it's just being able to carry those pads. And even Tyrone Wheatley made a good point for a running back. It's being able to take a hit and get up off the ground and get up off the ground over and over again. And that takes a lot of energy. So you have to play football to get into football shape.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about with a lot of high school kids and a lot of parents is there's a psychological game in football is you don't let your other opponent, you're either hurt or you've got pain or they hit you too hard. And that's a part of football that a lot of athletes slowly grasp. In high school, they sort of show their emotions. In the locker room, they're able to break down at halftime and sort of recover and come back out with that straight face. But that's got to be pretty hard as a young player to understand that there's a poker face in football that you have to show no matter what. When you go in the locker room, you can definitely say, trainer, but in the game, you've got to look across and look as tough as possible.
Well, you like not to give your opponent strength, and I think that people gain strength when they see you're fatigued or when you're hurt or so on and so forth. So, again, you like your body language and your posture to show that you're not fatigued and you're not hurt.
Now, the last thing we want to touch, too, is that the MAC is so wide open as an offensive juggernaut. You've got two programs that look like their quarterbacks are going to break records at Central Michigan and certainly at Western Michigan. When you look across at the competition level that you have, I think every single program that is looking at the MAC to see the power of the offensive end, it's got to feel pretty good to be in your position to see that and see all the cameras trying to follow what the MAC is going to do this year.
Well, yeah, I think the MAC is well respected across the country. I know I'm from the West Coast and have recruited out there for years, and just recently spent time, in Louisville and the South and Atlanta and stuff. And there's a lot of respect for the MAC across this country, and people are well aware of the teams and the brand of football. So it is an exciting time to be a participant in this conference.
Coach, I want to say thanks for taking so much time with us. We're going to ask permission if we can contact you another month and talk about game stuff.
Okay, Bo, you take care, and thanks for calling.
Absolutely. Ron English from Eastern Michigan University took a few moments with us while he's getting ready for practice. Have a good day, Coach.
Take care.
Bye. Coach, thanks for taking the time.